luck, I probably lost my internet right now. Okay, you are live. Wait, we are live. How about that?
We're live.
We're 6 minutes early into it. So if you're going to join us,
No, exactly. Yeah.
hopefully people
Yeah.
will be joining us soon.
Sort of join in before we really get started.
Yeah.
That's right. This is our chit chat. This is the before show as opposed to an after show.
Oh, I need to get my drink.
Yeah, I have mine.
I haven't even opened mine yet.
Yeah, I don't have the can that I'm drinking, but it's the same one I was drinking last month or last month.
You promised that you get a new one.
That was a week before that. I didn't say I was getting a new one every time.
Yeah, you have to every time. It's a new show.
I don't drink that much. I'd have my refrigerator full of beer that I don't drink.
Hey, he's still got that some stuff you won't drink.
Yes, well, my cousin started drinking it, so it's gone.
Well, okay then.
He actually likes it. I didn't like it. Hold on, I'll go get the can so I can know what it is that I'm drinking again. I'll be right
back. So, you going to talk about this new outfit of yours? I like it. I really like that jacket.
It's a happy coat.
A happy
Japanese short kimono.
Okay.
It's really simple, just squares. I was able to sew it up in one day.
Really?
It was if someone knows how to sew, it is not difficult, but it did turn out looking pretty good. Let's see. It's drapery fabric.
Okay.
I knew a lady who had a career in making rich people's curtains and draperies, and she had all of this extra,
okay.
Well, drapery fabric is pretty, and that's one of those things. Every time I go and I go look at like, man, why do window dressings look better than even sheets? What's this like? Why are they so special? Because they really bring a room together. They're kind of like the wall rug.
So I like them because they have usually a large block prints.
Mm-hmm.
Their repeat pattern is really large. I mean, you can see that this has got a huge size piece on it, which works really well with Asian designs. And the fabric is expensive. If you go to the the fabric store and look in the back for like a drapery and upholstery fabric, you're going to pay $20, $40, $50 or more per yard.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, if that lady hadn't given it to me, these cut off ends and stuff, I wouldn't have gone out to buy this.
I don't blame you, but it looks nice. I'm liking it.
I like it. I really like it. I've always wanted to incorporate more into Jack's character with more of the Asian Oriental flair, because his backstory really demands it. I mean, I got my little like red chopsticks up here at least that I work with, but don't have a whole lot else yet. Now you've given me a good idea on how to go about it. I've always wanted to have these pants. They're called Jack pants. It's those like the pants that you see all the fishermen wear that are like really tight up on the waist, but then they like really baggy near the like their ankles, and it like bags upwards. Yeah, those things. Jack pants. How well? I mean, come on. What other sign do I need?
They're truly meant for you.
It's Oriental pirate pants. Okay, let's do this.
I think we say East Asian now.
Okay,
that's more appropriate.
I think
Oriental print's still okay. Orient might be a little.
I don't know.
I heard something. If you're referring to the people, it's Asian. But if you refer to like a thing or something from that area, and I think it's okay to say Oriental. I'm not sure. I'm not going to say.
I've heard that
I'm
too,
no expert,
but I don't want to step on anybody's toes. East Asian,
right? I understand.
You can't go wrong. So.
No. Exactly.
Yeah.
We can just start naming countries at that point if we need to. But I know there's certain countries over there that other countries don't believe are legitimate. It becomes really complicated.
Okay, I went to Pinterest looking for Jack pants, and all I find is skinny jeans.
Skinny jeans.
That's not what you want. You want the ones with the weird bulge on the sides?
or weird bulge in general.
At the bottom. Let me see if I can find some pictures.
So, in case you're just now, hey, it's 8 o'clock. Hey, we're in case you weren't sure, we are Texas Steampunk Connection. We are live, coming to you from our various bunkers and airships and whatnot. Hopefully not being hunted by the what is it, Jack? The police? Who are you hiding from? The steampunk police, or
there is the oh god, I forget their name. I haven't seen them in a while.
The Emperor of the Red Hand,
or
Red
somebody,
Fork Empire
that's after me for various reasons.
Red Fork Empire. Okay.
Yeah. Then there is the Men in Black of the steampunk universe that keep that. Oh my god, I cannot believe I forgot. Jim, I'm sorry. It's been forever.
No worries.
I've been just sitting here like, someone come arrest me, please. I need some more people time. But yeah, no, here I am trying to look up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not finding them either. Except they're the big, kind of like what you said, they're the big square pants that you bundle up at your, like, right about your ankles. And so they kind of make these poofy bits at the bottom. But they have like a high waist on them because they're wrapped. And they're like the Asian fisherman pants. That's all I really know how to do.
Okay. Southeast Asian fisherman's pants. I've seen those.
Like sea mariner pants, yeah. There they are. You type in Asian fisherman pants, boom, they're everywhere. Now, if you order them from Wish, they're too small. No size that you can get for anyone that's of Western size. But no, they're really cool, and they don't take up. They take up like you said, they're just a couple yards of fabric, and you just have to sew them in boxes. And I've been wanting.
Sounds simple enough.
I've seen them. They're sort of too big, and you fold them.
Mm-hmm.
And then sort of roll it down.
Roll it under, around the waist, but you wear it high up on the waist so you don't look fat because we all have guts and there's a way you have to wear it. So it looks kind of like a big sash.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Sounds perfect.
So here we are. We're getting fashion advice from your Steampunk Texas Connection here.
Hey, well, it's better than I was thinking it's like we are not a beer talk podcast, but we talked like a good 15-20 minutes of beer last time. Yeah. But speaking of what, we always talk about what we're drinking for the night. I am not drinking anything different than last time. I'm still drinking Batkeeper, which is a dark Jameson stout aged in it's a stout aged in Jameson cask. So,
sounds fantastic.
From from Friends and Allies Brewery here in Texas, Austin, Texas. So,
it's criminal that you're drinking that and not enjoying it.
I know.
I like it. I like this beer. What are you talking about? This is the one I do like.
I'm just drinking the last one for the last couple episodes. I'm so bored. Oh my god.
I don't drink alone at home. To me, I don't like that idea. Technically, I'm still home alone, but I'm now talking to you guys, so I'm okay to drink.
Cats.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so lonely. You didn't like whiskey barrel aged beers, but you like this one.
They are not my favorite, but they're still okay.
They're kind of like almost drinking like heavy liquor with a beer. It's weird. There is a middle ground point. Yeah.
It doesn't taste like burning. It does not taste like burning, but I can still taste a hint of burning because it's there.
You feel the burn.
Hey, Jim likes your hat. I don't recognize that hat either. Is that a new hat? Or did you just change it the way it looks?
Yeah, just the top hat that I've always worn. I put a new.
Did you put a new wrap around it? Okay, that's what it was.
Band around it that we got in Las Vegas. So not
really.
I
remember that
years ago now.
True. That Vegas was a long time ago. Yes, that was a good time.
I usually don't go so fancy. So thanks, Dan.
So I have found some Jack pants. If anyone would be interested, I can share the picture just to get for the people's viewership to see for just like 5 seconds.
Yeah, do it.
Okay, go for it. You want to share the screen?
Share screen. I want to share that monitor. Share. And go.
I don't see anything.
Is it broken?
I don't see anything.
I don't see anything. The little thing's spinning. It's doing something.
For those of you tuning in on the non-live show, Jack is attempting to share a screen, which you won't be able to see if you're listening to it on the podcast.
Is it broken? Anyway.
When we started talking, before we really started the show, we were talking about getting a little more Asian influence into our steampunk kit. Because,
did we,
Rita? My outfit tonight is a Japanese happy coat that I sort of put together this weekend.
a happy coat?
Too,
I do not know.
See those.
Ooh, that's nice.
Here?
Can you make me one? You're still there, but
Okay.
you're not sharing anything.
You're here, but your screen is not.
Yeah, that's what's weird. All right, moving on. I'll fix this.
Okay.
I'm not going to take up open air.
So what are you drinking? So what are you drinking, Jack? If you're not sharing your screen, what are you drinking?
Oh God.
Right.
I'm going to say this. I'm drinking something that's tried true, slightly boring, but it would be good if you're drinking it all day. I hadn't actually gotten to the store lately, but my wife and her mother were drinking. I can't remember what you call them. They were like tomato-based, like a tomato juice-based drink, and you pour beer in it, and you put like a bunch of like spicy
Clamato.
seasonings. Yeah, Clamato. And so they're using Budweiser.
Okay. I have
Budweiser at home right now, and I'll admit that I don't know why. Outside of like Bud Light with lime, which I'll admit is I do like. I do have a special spot for the Bud Light with lime. However,
Bud man, I don't know
really
if I can forgive you for that.
Well, that's the one. That's you know what? I don't care. It is that good. I don't care what Flavio freaking dude thinks. I'm Jack. I'm drinking it. Yeah.
Okay, drink what you want.
Meaner.
But man, Budweiser. First off, I hate tomatoes, so that's bad.
No, I didn't drink
Bud Light. I hate that too. So
yeah, I'm not a big Bud Light fan either. But Budweiser, there's enough flavor in it.
Okay, Budweiser.
Yeah, I'm like, there's enough flavor in Budweiser that I'm just like, you know what? This is acceptable.
That you have to kill with a tomato.
No, I'm not drinking. I wasn't drinking those. My wife and my mother-in-law were.
Okay.
I'm going to be drinking. You know, I'll tolerate. You know, a V8 because I'm hungry. Spicy V8's better. I actually like.
Okay. I'm sorry. I did not mean to set you off, but we don't need to kill another 20 minutes talking about drinking. But what are you drinking, Thax?
I'm going to come back to the Clamatos on another show because I'll like make the whole thing. I love them.
I know you probably do, and I don't have nothing against them. I'm just
everything I hate about them.
Tonight I am going to drink the Gentleman. What's this? Lone Pint Brewery's Gentleman's Relish English Brown Ale. Set this.
Ooh,
it's a fancy.
That's a big bottle too. I like it.
And yeah, cool. I was at the liquor store like 2 weekends ago thinking, oh, we got a new show. I better buy something different. And I came across this. So I have no idea what I'm getting into.
Oh, okay. We'll find out right now.
See what we come up with. I'm pouring it into a dirty glass because I've already had one beer tonight. Okay.
I like the color.
It smells like a brown ale.
Okay.
And it tastes like a brown ale.
Okay. Why do I have another picture of Jack over here adding to the stream? Did we lose Jack?
Yeah, we kind of did. Kill that Jack if we can remove him. There we are.
That's hilarious. Okay.
Double Jack.
Double Jack. Ha 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 ha. That's what you get.
Now I got triple Jack. What's going on here?
My Bud Light. So I think that was just the fact that I had to reload my Chrome because I think I broke it. Trying to show you guys my pants, which yet again just makes me smile again.
We're not that kind of podcast.
No, not usually. It's just accidental this time. Oops.
Oh man. So okay, so we don't need to kill 20 minutes talking about drinking. However, I gotta say, being the whole climate of staying in a home and not going out and being exposed has got me so bored and restless that I have decided to try walking my cat on a leash recently.
I saw that picture on Facebook. For those of you who want to find that, I'm sure he's going to post it on Texas Steampunk Connection now.
Yes. However, you would think there could go either way. It could go fun. It can go crazy. My cat is boring. It is not very exciting walking this cat. He takes a few steps. He sits down. He chews on the grass, and then he takes a couple more steps at a time. Today he actually walked a little bit more around my backyard, but it's not like walking a dog. Let's just say that very, very, very low exercise. But it's the mistake is now he wants out all the time. He's crying at the door constantly now to go out.
And I chew on the grass again, Dad.
Exactly. So it was a big mistake. And the other three cats are looking out the window, staring at us like, what the hell's going on out there? Those three, I am not willing to try walking on a leash because they're more crazy.
I understand that.
But that's my life. That's been my life in quarantine. Yay. Anything new happening with you guys?
Well, I'm not walking cats, but my wife started a new business today or a couple days ago.
Oh,
yeah.
What kind of business?
Dance classes. So she just kind of floated the idea online on this weird green. I call it green Facebook, but it's actually like, I'm not sure what it's called again. It's an app where you can like read about stuff that's going on around like literally your community. Like you have to sign up with your address and it like puts it down in your area. And so she just started asking.
You know what I'm
talking about?
Okay,
I call it the green Facebook because it's a green icon, the home on it. I think
it's like for your neighborhood area kind of thing.
Yeah, nice hair. Wow, I love it. Lex has been thinking that color actually, that purple color.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to tell her to do it now. I want to go with that color, but I don't think my office would allow me to, even though I work outside.
I don't have enough hair. I don't have enough hair to even attempt it.
I mean,
any hair at all. Really.
We could just blue your head. That'd be great. Just a big blue
like
cap.
A tattoo or just
paint? Just like with Big Pen though.
I would go for that. I would go for that.
We could just do you tattoos up like what's his name from the Guardians of the Galaxy? Nothing goes over my head. Oh, yeah. I will catch it.
Although I watched that Vikings show with it's just Vikings. It's called Vikings, and they have a lot of really cool tattoos. And there's some bald guys with really cool. I was like, I considered it, but I'm not that. I have none of that Viking blood in me, so I don't want to cultural.
No. Here's the thing: Vikings culture appropriate. I'll say that again. Culturally appropriate everyone equally. They just happen to they just appropriated a lot of Britain there for a while. So that is the thing about.
Well, I have no
culture.
British blood in me either.
They found an Asian man buried in.
I'm not Asian.
The area. No, I'm just saying that there was an Asian man that was buried in the area where Vikings were, and he was given a dirt Viking funeral, and he had a whole bunch of artifacts. Apparently, he sailed around, ended up there, joined the club, and went Viking around, and apparently was very successful. And they gave him a funeral that he desired, not the usual Viking funeral. And so
in the show they appropriated several cultures. Yeah, they had I think they had an Asian female as a slave at one point, but they had slaves, but they weren't like they can everything. It felt like they could free them kind of thing. It was very
it's
loose. They weren't too strict.
No, I mean you could win your freedom. You could be given your freedom. And that's actually, if you go and watch The Last Kingdom on Netflix, which is fantastic, by the way. It's another kind of Viking show about the Vikings taking over Great Britain.
I think I saw part of that show, yeah.
Uhtred of Bebember. Ooh, if you have women in the house, watch out. You're going to be watching the rest of that show real fast. Very popular, apparently. He's all sorts of
Yes, he's that good looking.
Yeah. But it's a great show outside of that because he's kind of also the man's man. You're like, man, you're great. I want to be like you.
I want to be a man.
I want to be a man like you. How do I do this?
Yeah,
taking notes.
I also started watching American Ninja Warrior. Say, yeah, I'm not a man. I can't do any of that shit. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Speaking of that, when my friend found, my son actually found this thing on Netflix, and we watched a couple episodes of it. And it's actually kind of fun. It's called The Floor is Lava, and it's obviously it's a television show made for people our age. But it's done that 90s kind of game show flair of Nickelodeon, but it's like Nickelodeon for parents or older people. It's great. It's like we just flooded this pool with this red liquid that looks little bit like magma. And we have all these like floating things that are anchored and whatnot. And you got to like jump around the room and like unlock the puzzle to get through the door without falling in the lava. And they over dramatize the hell out of it, so it's all like, and the guy's like just falls to the water. That's great. Burned by lava.
I've heard of that one. I haven't watched it, but I heard of that one.
It's cute just to give it a weird, funny laugh to have on in the corner, just because of how absurd it is. Sorry, what were we talking about?
We started off talking about your wife started a dance class. What kind of dancing?
So she teaches. Oh hell, I'm not going to get all of them in there. She's teaching ballroom, tango. Oh damn! I don't even know.
Dancing.
If you can dance to it, she teaches it right now because
salsa?
she's actually she teaches salsa. She's teaching modern, some sort of like hip hop. She's also teaching ballroom and all the different types of ballroom. She's also teaching salsa and some of the other Spanish style dances that are not coming to mind right now that are beating me over the head with the fact I can't come up with all this.
Is it a forbidden dance? Whatever.
I mean, if there are people willing to take that one, I'm sure we can definitely find a price point for it.
I don't even know what it's called. I forgot what that one was called. It was a tango? No, what was it? That's a forbidden dance. I forgot what it was. Is it salsa? No.
There's
never mind.
She teaches pretty much everything and Western dance as well. Essentially, she has a class that covers pretty much anything, mainly because she's had like 10 to 15 years worth of dance classes, and was actually started to teach.
Is she teaching live or on? How's she teaching this online or live?
I'm actually looking at doing some recording for her and actually setting up the YouTube channel and everything like that. She's currently doing it in person, but we fortunately have found areas where we can be apart, distance in a building, and still wear masks, and it's air conditioned and everything like that. And so there's 2 locations she's got going right now, and so in the near area, so many people are flocking to it because it's not in the center of Austin. So everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's like right around the corner!" And so we've gotten a lot of hits. Yeah. And so literally over the weekend,
I can see that. Yeah.
Website, we got her a POI. A POI is that what it's called? Point of sale. It's a POS system set up, and just like instant business. We're done. Let's do it now. Let's actually go do the thing.
That's pretty awesome. I would love to learn some salsa because I don't really actually know how to dance any.
If you're
can I get like a podcasting partner discount
and you want to come join us, we do run specials right now for men because it's notoriously hard to get men to come to dance lessons. So men are free for at least the first month. And
awesome.
So yeah, we can get you hooked up.
Okay. Yeah. We'll talk about it offline or off of this.
I would really love to learn some of this freestyle electro swing stuff that I've seen online. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, I know. She probably can teach you that too.
She's swing dancing. Yeah, swing dancing is cool too. I love that.
Swing. She is kind of drawing the line currently at what the hell?
What is this? Is this you, Thax? Yeah,
that's me.
Yeah,
so I'm not playing the audio. I'm just kind of showing. Look at this crazy stuff.
I'm sure she can.
Yeah, that's cool.
That would be a great way to lose this gut. I betcha.
Oh, well, put it this way. I helped her out with 3 classes this evening. One reason I thought I was going to be late. And I am already exhausted. And she's just sitting there going, yeah, no, this is fantastic.
Yeah,
so
we need
interested. I can get you guys good discounts. Come on over.
Definitely. I am definitely interested. So, yeah, let's do this. We'll talk about this on a different offline afterwards.
That sounds good.
It'll be the after show of Texas Steampunk Connection, which is not recorded, and it'll be us. So, yeah. Wow, we're not talking very much steampunk, are we? That's okay, though.
Well, we'll get to it eventually. Movie you brought up, or do we want to give our report?
Abigail. Oh, what should we do first? Ooh, tempting. How long do you think we'll talk about Abigail? Is it quick? Do we have a lot to discuss about it?
Very long.
I mean, it might.
I don't
be
have a lot to say about it either.
I mean, I have I got some bullet points. I got bullet points, but
okay.
We should warn our listeners at this point. We are about to give spoilers, probably.
I'm going to do my best not to. So I just want to hit kind of just the general beauty of the show and what they were bringing, and then some of the cons of the production of it, because it is of that. But that's me.
Kimberly.
Hi, Kim.
Sorry.
So I guess we just need to look here. We got Kim, we got Rita, Jim. Mick was here for a little bit, but he's working late. Darn it. But,
are you one of the fourth? Are you the fourth
no,
one?
I'm not actually watching right now.
So we have 4 people watching this. Hey,
yeah.
Hey guys. So we got Jim, Rita, Kimberly. Who's the 4th guy? Who's the 4th person? Hello.
Yeah, 4th person. Post the comments. If you have a question at any time, guys, please hit us up. We're about to go over some stuff, and you really do need to watch this movie. I think it's pretty fun for what it is.
I know, right? He looks different without his mustache, doesn't he, Kim?
Everyone's going to ask that. It's secretly there. He just put on makeup. His wife is trying out some new things.
Or it's a video filter.
They've gotten good.
You know those filters that actually add a mustache? This one removes the mustache.
Yeah, removes a mustache.
But not mine. Mine blends in with the light. I have gray. Mine's so gray you can't see it.
Oh, mine's turning that way.
You guys have the attention span of a goldfish. Movie.
Yes, we do. We were talking about Abigail, the movie that he brought up, that Jack brought up last week. Not last week, but 2 weeks ago.
Last time
at our last stream. Abigail. We all decided to watch it. We watched it. I watched mine. I watched it yesterday. It was a movie. There was some pretty stuff. Yes, I agree. He should grow his mustache back. It was an epic mustache.
Yeah, they could be like 3 guys in a podcast with mustaches, facial hair.
So yes, it was
with Erica, and at the end, I felt the urge to apologize.
Oh,
for shaving it?
Not good.
Oh, the movie. He's talking about the movie, not his mustache.
Oh, the movie, right? Yeah.
There's no apologies about the mustache.
Yeah, it was originally was it Russian? It was made in Russia, right?
It was primarily made in Russia. I think St. Petersburg was a lot of their locations for recording, in Estonia. So that's where most of it's done.
It had a very oppressive Eastern European feel to the sets and everything, and those were really cool.
Yes,
visually, it was a really pretty movie.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree on that.
It was very pretty. The special effects were decent. They were pretty good. There weren't any what was that? So, the special effects weren't terrible. They weren't like
good
high,
for the
high budget.
Well, they're good for high budget Russian effects. If you actually go watch the knockoff Avengers movie that they've done,
that was great.
It's better
the one
than
with
that.
The bear and everything. That was pretty good.
Yeah, no, that was weird, but good for what it was. It's
I like that movie.
Weird. It's like Bollywood's we're gonna over exaggerate it just enough so that the CG is it doesn't matter if it's believable or not. We got it good enough that it's hilarious and it's great and it fits. So I like that. The weird lip reading was what got me. It's like they redubbed everyone's lines because either the microphone screwed up or no one could understand their English well enough. So they had to find people who spoke English better. I don't know.
Yeah.
It felt weird because the voices didn't
what I thought was
weird they were in.
What I thought was weird, I thought they were all speaking English. I was really impressed. Except the script was so contrived, and they don't speak like.
It felt like they converted it from Russian, and it didn't convert.
Yeah,
well.
Yeah. The script was moved over, and it was very word for word, and lacking.
I feel like someone walked up going, "I have this great idea for a movie. Here's some of the visual effects we want to use. Here's the story," and then they're like, "Well, this would do better in a Western market. So we're just going to take the entire script and dump it through Google Translate from Cyrillic Russian to English, and then none of the actors know how to speak actual English. They're just mouthing the words, and then they actually had this sounds terrible. So we're going to dub it over with English actors, and then it felt kind of anime-esque actually from that perspective. So I don't dislike it. It was just jarring at first until I got used to it. And so, because the rest of it kind of fits that weird, surreal feeling to a degree.
Yeah, it did feel very surreal.
I felt like sometimes the scenes just suddenly jump from one to another on occasion. We're here, then suddenly we're here doing this. I didn't see the connection why things happened on occasion.
There was a bit of time distortion when it comes to that. Being a hobbyist video editor, I know you can also attest to that for some other things you're doing. That becomes a problem if it's a long, drawn-out process and there's not enough of you really working on the project, or there's too many of you working on the project, and then you have no time. And then you got to throw it all together, and you're just like, well, we'll do everything in post. And then in post, you're like, oh, God, this is a mess. How are we going to fix this? We can't go back and reshoot. So you got to, like, figure out how to cram crap in there to make it make sense. And then you're like, you think it's good. And then you, like, drop it for 2 months, come back, and you're just like, oh.
What did I do? Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like
but overall,
there's never an ending.
Kind of like what?
Well, it's like Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like, I know George Lucas is like, I'm always wanting to do another special edition because there's just more stuff I always wanted to put in that was never in. Like, my vision never got fully on the page, and everyone's just like, no, your freaking first vision was great. Stop. Yeah.
Right.
But you know.
Yeah, I mean, overall, the storyline was basically there was an emperor who decided he didn't like people with powers or fairies or fae or.
But it starts
something,
off.
So we decided to call it.
There is an illness. Got to stop the illness in 2019.
Right, but how about that? Yeah.
Yeah, that's spooky.
Yeah, so he clamps down and he calls it a plague, but it's really just people with powers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they were fae or some kind of mutants or who they were.
Yeah. Well,
they were, but he didn't like them, so he didn't. But he was one of them, but he didn't like them. He wanted to be the only one, or something like that. That's all I remember.
Pretty much people in power. Kill everyone else that has. This. I want to be the special one.
Yeah, it was very like established an Eastern European, very steampunk setting, and then you're about 15, 20 minutes into it, and they're like, oh, but it's really Harry Potter.
What? Exactly. I was thinking that. It's like not that. It was Harry Potter meets Alice in Wonderland or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So you did mention Alice in Wonderland. There's one thing I have written down here. A lot of it did feel like kind of that weird like colors. There was a lot of colors everywhere, which is something that you don't normally like. I know why that is because you don't normally see that in Eastern European Russian culture because it is so drab. The weather is always gray. The reason that all of their churches have the onion tops painted gold is because they reflect the light, so it actually looks pretty in the day in the cloudiness. So there's not a whole lot of color running around because a lot of the buildings were like built post World War II, and so everything is just like as efficient as possible too. But so the moment you have any splashes of color, one reason that red was so popular in their government scheme of things is because it really just pops out there. And I've actually gone to Moscow and St. Petersburg, and anytime you see a flag somewhere, it really shines because there is so much gray and silver everywhere of just kind of stone colors, a lot of grays, that blue, green, purple, like that church outside of their capital, outside the Kremlin, the one that everyone knows is the Tetris Church, is gorgeous because it's got thousands of different colors in it, and it's. I want to say it's like the Eastern European version of Gaudi's church, except it's better looking. It's pretty. It's wonderful. I love that thing. But I'm on a roll in a different complete direction. But that was one of the things I did notice was their use of color everywhere and very just like splashes. And like the magic splashes and whatnot in this very dreary, drab environment. And you have like the little blue fairy thing that flies around, just really shines and it's just very apparent. This doesn't fit. And I think that was well done as a cinematic experience.
Yeah. It's like, there was, like I said, that one time when she first discovers when she gets like, she wakes up in that guy with the short-term memory or whatever, and she turns something and her power bursts and everybody, all these things explode around her and everything. Nobody really, they looked around, but no one really said or cared.
Like, what happened? We don't see this.
That was
recording, so we don't notice what went on. We don't have time to sit there and like digest it.
Yeah, it's okay. She has the power, but what is her power? What does she do other than release it? I don't know. It was weird.
The whole magic concept was like that. It was very vague and
there was no math behind it. There's that scene where she's like sparring with the guy to train her a little bit. She's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna you're gonna shoot me. I have no clue how this works. I wasn't ready.
And then he shoots her. Yeah.
But even when they explain how it works, you're left going, I don't know how it works.
Yeah, I know. Like,
all
the technology, focus items and stuff look so like 80s, 90s. Like, what is it? Like a grittier, like pre-version of like the technology from Aliens. That kind of weird, like technology's bulky feel to everything. Everything's got like a radiator strapped to the side of it. Like all the
stuff, they call them engines, right? Like engines with their focus or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like these devices that obviously like are fueled by the energy and do cool things. Like that was one of the coolest things about this movie is that the props are on point. Like I want to make some of those little tiny prop things because those things are just like it looks like it actually does something versus they glued gears on it called steampunk. It's like this is obviously a vibrating toothbrush. No, this I couldn't tell what this was. I have no connection to what this thing does. So I felt like this is a unique object. I have no idea what this is. And of course, then she grabs it and starts dueling with it. I'm like, oh, it's obviously a focus. That's pretty cool. I never would have thought of that. So
it's a magic wand. You're Harry Potter.
Yep.
Well, the guy who originally started with "I will teach you," he was the guy with no memory or whatever, short-term memory. He had a wand in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't do anything with it. He just held it.
I felt like there was a lot of left on the cutting room floor on this movie too, and they wanted to do more with their cinematics. But I will admit, I did really like the airship designs. They did not feel like they were.
Those were cool.
Like I could tell that there was some. One of them looked like they pulled straight out of Guns of Icarus. That kind of vulture head look on the front of it. Mm-hmm. I think that's very, very cool. That was actually what drew me to this. Is I was looking up airships, and I think I made a post on my Facebook a while back. Like, let me show me your favorite airship. And I started looking up myself, and that one just popped up. I'm like, oh, it's another Guns of Icarus post. I'm like, wait, that's not the ship. That's not the ship one from the. And then I clicked on it, and there's this whole movie I never heard of.
Nice. And then we watched it, and
we all watched it.
I mean, I don't want to say it was bad, but it wasn't good.
I don't think it's deserving of the 4 stars that it got, but I definitely think if someone decided to write a book series in this universe, I would read it, especially if
there's potential.
Because I kind of like
potential.
I like the fact that you're good. All the scenes, like all the towns are separated. So you have the kind of these like little mini nations everywhere, but they're all apparently all under one big roof. But they're far enough apart that stuff is different everywhere. So that makes it so you could have multiple different stories within the same timeline. I don't know. It looks cool. I thought it was fun. I'm glad I brought it up. I knew it wasn't going to be the blockbuster movie we were all hoping to hang our flag on saying this is steampunk, but I'll live and die by this movie.
Visually and conceptually, it was gorgeous.
Yes.
I wanted an airship after that. I loved watching the pretty pictures.
Yes.
I think it's a great film for your kids to watch because their expectations are a lot lower than ours.
And it also teaches some of the best things how to knock over a government, how to look for a bad government, and how to look for tyranny. A couple of things we need in this day and age.
So it definitely has good things about it, but as an adult watching this movie,
it was a little simple.
Oh.
So it's a good family movie if you have younger children. Especially if we were trying to get them involved with like the steampunk flair of things. It throws in the Harry Potter idealism. Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like it's kind of a live action anime. It really comes off that way to me. especially with the lip reading thing. So if you're into, if that doesn't bother you any, this is not going to have a problem. It's gonna be a cute little movie.
I agree. I mean, I don't have a family, but if I had a younger family or whatever, that would be something I wouldn't mind them watching. It wasn't, there wasn't anything offensive about it. I mean, it was pure fantasy with pretty. I mean, like, it was definitely pretty. Like you said. I mean, the airships and everything. It was very, very pretty. And the government stormtroopers, whatever, the masks, they weren't scary, but they were just enough intimidating.
They reminded me a lot of the plague doctors, but like in a weird, like they were amputated, like they were like plague doctor masks already have a lot of personality to them, and these masks, let's just go with like a copper cover, but we're not going to like have like the beak. We're just going to remove it so that individualism is still there because of the unique bits, but you don't see the human being still behind it. And so it still has that weird storm, like you said, the weird stormtrooper aspect to it. Yet it's like less. It's like we know this person has power, but there's even less in front of the mask that we can't see. I don't know how to explain it, but there's just kind of a even more ambiguousness to it.
I agree completely. Like I said, it's intimidating enough, but it wasn't like something like, oh, my child will be scared of this or whatever.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, maybe they might think, hey, that's pretty cool looking kind of thing.
It's quite like that. The automaton bad guy from like Hellboy. That guy was freaking nuts, but it kind of gave that same feel to it to a degree. Like, there's some authority here we got to pay attention to.
Right. Whew. Okay. Well, so that's what we think. So I mean, it's so recommend, watch, or don't waste your time. What do we? I say go ahead and watch it, and it's not terrible. It's fun enough. So go ahead and watch it.
For the price of paying for it on Amazon, which is like $8 tops, unless you want to buy the Blu-ray, which is like $18. It's still cheaper than buying movie tickets, and you can't go to a movie right now. So if you're just strapped for looking for something to watch, $8 for the entire family, you can buy a lot more popcorn now.
Exactly.
Well, the argument is, what else have you got to do?
What else do you have to watch in the world of steampunk right now? None.
Hey, or you can spend $30 to watch Mulan, but I'm not going to watch $30. I'm not going to pay $30.
Wait till December and it's free. Well, if you're
I rented it in standard definition, so I only had to pay $4.
Ooh.
Okay.
4K high resolution. You couldn't see everyone's, acne.
I'll wait till December. So
all these movie things go into high definition. Like they're going to be like either touching it up so much more in post these days, or we're going to really start seeing how actors really look beyond a camera, or there's going to be so much more makeup that's going to be ridiculous. And you know what? I'm seeing all three.
Well, yeah. Right. It's like, 4K high def is definitely the bane of porn for sure. It's like, no, we don't want that.
What's funny about that is it's pushing the camera industry.
Yeah.
The cameras that were made for Attack of the Clones, like the first major high def movie made with the newest technology cameras that basically just reinvented how we do movie making, where they set the two cameras like this and film. Second movie made, porn. They bought
of course
an expensive amount of money from George Lucas, and then they filmed. I'm just
okay. Oh man. Moving on. Speaking of, I'll go ahead and say, moving on to our other homework that we do, introducing a new steampunk thing every time. I have another movie that is probably not very good, but decent enough.
Steampunk, we don't have enough movies.
Well, I don't know. See, okay, we'll determine whether or not it's steampunk. It might be steampunk. It may not be steampunk. It can go either way depending on how we feel. But I remember I introduced a comic book called Bass Reeves, and it's basically about the first. Bass Reeves. He is the first colored Lone Ranger. Basically, Bass Reeves is the man who inspired the legend of the Lone Ranger. Okay, and he is colored. He is a black man. Of course, the Lone Ranger we know is not, with the Hi-Ho Silver, with Tonto on his side and everything like that. But Bass Reeves is the man who inspired the legend of the Lone Ranger. The movie I found is called Hell on the Border. It's on Amazon, and I'm going to share this preview here. Let's see, share screen.
While you're doing that,
this is gonna be okay.
Apparently, Rita has bought Abigail, but she hasn't watched it yet.
I hope
so share audio. It's not letting me share.
Click on the screen in your screen, and it'll highlight.
Oh, right. Okay.
And then share it.
Share screen. Click on that. Okay. Share audio. Share that.
Here we go.
And here we go. You might have to listen to a preview. I will. What's not happening? It's not happening.
There we go.
It's happening. You just can't see it.
Yep.
Okay.
I hear there's a boy seeking my whereabouts.
You've heard the stories about Dozier. If I can bring him back, you put a badge on my chest.
This country is not ready for a colored marshal.
You won't find a man more loyal to the law.
Is there anybody that'll ride with him?
I will.
Ron Perlman was in this.
Let's go.
Well, I'm watching it.
You don't knock on the devil's door and ask to come in. He comes out with you. Dead or alive.
Shot 5 men before they could draw.
Right, he's looking for me.
Government man wants to find me. Gonna make it easy for him.
What you do, the whole world doesn't believe in you.
You make believers out of every one of them.
Your move, boy.
The law put me in chains, but the law also set me free.
Okay. So you said you watched this.
Oh, that was. Yes, let me get rid of this. Remove.
You're good.
All right.
How was it?
Yes, I watched it. It was definitely not a high-budget film. It was low budget for sure. Ron Perlman was in it, which is the biggest movie star I know that was in that movie. You know Ron Perlman.
Oh yeah.
Hellboy. Yeah.
The Black Market dude from that Rock'em Sock'em Robot Alien. Yeah.
Yes.
East Coast. What was it called? I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, we saw that movie on
Ocean of
Blu-ray,
West Atlantic. No. Pacific Rim. There we are.
Yeah.
Pacific Rim. Yes, that one. Yeah. Anyway, and he was also the Beast on the TV show Beauty and the Beast a long time ago, back in the day. My mom loves that movie or that TV show.
He was also like the badass from Aliens 4 that was,
Mm-hmm.
a dork. I can't say bigger words, I guess, at the moment.
But anyway, okay. The story itself was not bad. It was a story of basically that the Bass Reeves, who his first hunt to become a marshal. Basically, the deal was basically if he brought in this outlaw, then he would get his badge and become an official marshal, and he would and nobody wanted him to get that badge because he wasn't white, it was so, but he did it, and these special how do I say this? Like I said, the story wasn't bad. I think the problems I had with it mostly was the mix, the audio mix. Like sometimes the music kind of drowned out the audio, like they're them talking, so they mixed it wrong. So I couldn't hear someone what they were saying because the music was too loud, kind of thing.
That actually might be because it's made for 5 speakers versus 2, and that actually is something I've seen with DVD movies out there for a while. Sorry, go. Proceed.
Okay, so it might have been my side. It might have been a problem on my side, but you can tell that it was so low budget that they were filming it on a certain piece of land, because every once in a while in the background you see like I don't know if it was a water tower or somebody's hunting platform, but it'd be from different angles. And you can still see it in the background, kind of thing. You know,
Ron Perlman's backyard.
Yeah, maybe. And one time, and only one time, I saw somebody with in the background. I saw somebody's like porch light or an electric light in the background that shouldn't have been there. You know, but that was only once that I saw that.
Like
so it was definitely very low budget.
Lord of the Rings, the car in the highway.
Yeah, something like that. I'm not saying it was a bad movie, but you could definitely tell it was low budget. Yeah. You know, and the acting was okay. Ron Perlman was pretty decent at it. The guy who played Bass Reeves was really good. But every once in a while, other scenes, it seemed like the acting was like, you know, these guys, they're actors, but you can tell they were acting.
We're acting.
You know,
because we're actors.
Yes.
If we're going to do this line like this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. But otherwise, I enjoyed it, but there were issues with it, and the only reason I think it might be steampunk, or Weird West, as I prefer, when I'm doing my steampunk, is Bass Reeves, he's a kick-ass person. He needs his recognition for being the inspiration for the Lone Ranger. Mm-hmm. The punk part of it is, I believe, the judge who gave him his star. He was like, he regardless, the president told him not to give him this. The president told him not to give him the star. The Senate or the congressman, I forget. I think it was a congressman, told him, don't give him his star. And he said, fuck you, I'm giving him a star. So that's punk,
That's true. That's true. This is going to happen because he did it. He did it the way you're supposed to do it. I can't say no because everyone else gets it this way. Why is he any different? Yeah, no, I like that.
Right, exactly. And he made the deal. It's like, if I bring in this outlaw who nobody else wants to go after because they were scared, he goes, well, I'll bring him in. But if I bring him in, I get a star. And he did it. So he got his star. He made a deal, and that was it. Yep. That's why I consider it steampunk, because it's the right time period, and that was the punk part about it. He went against authority. Even the judge went against the president. That's the punk part right there. So 2 out of 3, that makes it steampunk, or a Weird West, and whatever you want to call it, Yeah. But if you're expecting,
I'm not gonna argue with you.
I'm so,
it's Bass Biffin Reeves. I'm not going to argue with you.
Exactly, Bass Reeves, man.
If our listeners are not interested in watching this, just go to YouTube and look for Bass Reeves. There's an article on Today I Found Out, which really lays out why Bass Reeves is the greatest badass that ever lived. Or there's a drunk history version.
That was fantastic.
Oh, even better. I haven't seen that, but I will look it up.
So I'm sure that both of those are entertaining, and you will come away with an amazing appreciation for Bass Reeves.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of, remember when I first introduced the Bass Reeves, it was the comic book number 1. Issue number 2 is out. You can get them at the Walmart, or you can get it on the Walmart page. You can order the Bass Reeves issue number 2. And it's basically his life story for the most part. It's a comic book issue. Remember when I mentioned that earlier? Yes. The second issue is out. I think the 3rd issue will come out later this month. I don't know if it's because of the COVID or whatever, but it's kind of slow coming out. It's not coming out monthly. It's kind of staggered, but you can find them at Walmart's, or you can order them online. So, well, it's a good deal.
So I know we need to start wrapping up in the next 10 minutes. So do we have any kind of little informations and such we want to talk about now that we've been just kind of running into? Does anyone have any dates of anything that we know that's going on running around?
I've got nothing happening over here.
I got PM'd a little bit, actually, a little earlier. In Dallas, there is going to be a Magic Lantern Day at Studio Movie Grill on Royal Lane featuring Steam Boy from 3 to 3:30, or 3 o'clock arrival time. 3:30 is the show time. So, and it's presented by Matt Raven Productions. So, if anyone's interested in that, hit them up on Facebook and find out more. So.
Yeah, we did a Steam Boy presentation in Arlington. Not Arlington. Yeah. Where do we do that?
What?
We I know we had a Delton, yeah.
Okay.
In a theater and everything by the Central Texas Steampunkers.
Mm-hmm.
They did that. It was pretty fun.
We need to find out if the Ghost Town is doing any type of business right now.
I think they're still closed.
Darn, because
they do have a.
I want to do a thing where we find out where there's a place that's open that we can like just hang for an hour together, and anyone else who wants to wear their hat show up. That would be a thing to do.
They do have an. They are outdoors, so it might be
easier until further notice.
Yeah.
Do not enter the property.
Under the threat of violence.
Well, they had a problem when they first shut down some months ago. Some people came through and
stole stuff,
vandalized the place. So that really blew.
Frickin' vandalizers, frickin' vandals.
Vandals.
Yeah, I mean they also have they have the capability of showing films there as well. They do have a screen.
Mm-hmm.
So if we wanted to show something or work something out with them, that'd be fun
three pieces of three of us own like the movie Abigail now.
Yeah.
That's a joke.
I think I saw the Wild Wild West Con or Wild Wild West Fest. That it for 2021 has already been canceled.
Right. Because the place where they held it has been sold or bought out or something, and it's under somebody else's control or something like that. That's what I saw.
Well, that sounds like it'd be out forever. That's not good.
Yeah, they're looking for a new place, or maybe they'll work something out. I don't know.
That it's never going to be the same if you can't do it there anymore. There's no reason. Like the fact that you had a all right, the only other place you may be able to do it is like in Tombstone, if you can get the city of Tombstone to let you do it like down the road, because they have a lot of it feels fairly Western because they're trying to keep that the old style feel to it. But it's like nothing but tourist trap. Okay, I'm going to say this. Last time I was there, I did all the tourist trappy stuff. So there's a lot of tourist trappy stuff. But if you could have a convention there, I think you could have a lot of fun there. I think that would be a good place because you already have. So you have a lot of vendors who are already selling that kind of style. Plus you bring in steampunk appropriate vendors that wouldn't be overlapping with your historically Western field vendors. And you could have a really fun time down there. And they have big streets downtown. So you could have multiple things going on in all the intersections. Or as we get in the comments.
Jim Trent says move it to Texas. Where in Texas and who would do it? That would be my question.
Let's bring it to Austin.
Austin,
never gonna happen.
It wouldn't quite be the same. Yeah.
No, really.
I mean, as much as I would love that, it wouldn't be the same.
Problem. There's no we have convention centers, but we have nothing that's historic. Okay, I say this, but there's no real good place to do it that's right for the feel of steampunk the same way as the Wild Wild West Con is.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was about to say. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Now,
unless Steampunk November people want to go in and work together with them, but that'd be crazy.
I actually do have an idea. I'm trying to work out with some people. One of the venues that my wife's doing her dance stuff at is a local bar and grill. And currently under the regulations of the way things work is you have to sell as much food as you do liquor or else you can't be open. And there's also a big dance hall where you can have about 750 people usually in there. During COVID,
not in today's times. Yeah.
However, if I could get the go ahead, find out how many people could go in that room under COVID restrictions, be safe still. Not that I'm trying to be unsafe, but I want to be safe.
Of course.
To find a band or two bands, like steampunk bands, we could do a small, bring vendors set up, because if we only have 200 people for a show, and this place has 700 people environment. We have room for vendors, music, and a small selection of people who can be there who'd buy tickets. And so that might be something to work with. And
that would be cool. If you can work something out, let us know.
Slowly but surely.
Apparently, Jim has said Dallas Heritage Village, which I've never heard of. I've heard of Pioneer Farms, Kim. I've never actually been there, but I've heard a lot about Pioneer Farms, so I don't know anything about it.
I went to Pioneer Farms as a kid for camping. It is very rustic. Very rustic.
Is the Heritage Village the place that that one really good con was that one time that only happened once that will never happen again con?
That sounds like a lot of cons I know.
Right.
Is that place right in the middle of Dallas, right? That Heritage Village place that, thought we were weird, but wanted our money.
Well, they're always going to want our money some way or one way or another.
Oh, that was actually one of the best cons I've been to, was that one-off invasion. And God bless its soul. We worked on trying to get it on Battleship Texas next, but then Battleship Texas shut down as a convention center. Yep, I thought so. Yeah. Well, so far,
okay,
nothing going on right now where we can all get together, but there are plans that are being worked out until they fail miserably due to regulations and crap that goes on. But until then, we're working it. We're trying to do something.
Oh, okay. Kimberly did a steampunk photo shoot there. Well, I want to see those pictures, Kimberly.
Yeah, show us your pictures where you're showing your ankles. We appreciate those a lot.
Ooh, yes.
Show some decorum, gentlemen.
Sorry. I've been alone for way too long. I've been walking my cat on a leash. Okay, that's how lonely.
Am I even a gentleman? I am freaking. I need to be hanging my wanted poster over here. That's what's going up there next time. Jeez, I thought I didn't have anything to hang there.
The Magic Lantern thing is locked, so apparently there is happening with Steam Boy. Where was that again?
Magic Lantern Day at Studio Movie Grill on Royal Lane in Dallas, Texas.
In Dallas. So if you live in the Dallas, Texas area, there is a steampunk happening, the Magic Lantern thing.
Limited
Steam Boy.
tickets. Make sure you get ahead of time because there's only limited tickets. I think 40.
Exactly.
Yeah. Bring your hat.
So there you go. Bring your hat. Yes. Oh, they're going to go to San Antonio next. Okay, that's cool. What's wrong with Austin, dude? Okay.
I'll tell you what's wrong with Austin. It is too expensive here to have any sort of.
This is true. I agree.
Event.
Well, Jim,
yeah. I did say that the Ghost Town does have a
movie screen
and a movie screen.
When they open again,
we may be able to talk to them, and they may be able to open for an event like that. That might be a thing because if we could bring however many legal amount of people there to help them make some money back to repair the place for an event like that, I think they could make an exception if it was under like there wasn't any weird regulatory issues. So
yeah, true. Yeah. Like I guarantee I will buy some beer and I will buy a burger or a hot dog, whatever you need.
Now, I think what's going to happen if they're like everyone else currently is if they're a bar and grill, bars cannot be open right now. However, restaurants who serve alcohol can, but they're not allowed to exceed the price of their alcohol. They have to sell more food than they do alcohol. So with that,
I don't know that that's technically either true or enforced because I have heard of breweries or bars having a food truck come and park in their parking lot, and now they're serving food.
I think you have to buy food before you can buy alcohol at that point too. So it all depends. Okay. I mean, that's the thing. Like, from the venues that I've been talking to lately, that is what they're under the restrictions. Like the Aviator's Pizza over here that I usually get my awesome custom beer from. They have that same thing. Like you have to buy food if you're buying alcohol, which makes it awkward when I go in there wanting my $36 bucket of booze. But I mean, I have to buy one pizza, and that's like $36 there too. So it's not that off. It's just I have to walk out with like $80 worth of product.
$36.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Their pizzas are kind of like Double Dave's prices, but they're a lot better. So I don't mind paying for it every now and then. But right now, trying to go in there and buying the booze, it's kind of rough. Like, unless there's some other reason that I haven't actually gone in, because I haven't noticed they were open until like the other day. So I'm kind of speaking out of my butt here too.
Yeah, according to Rita, the restaurant has to apply for a different type of license to reopen as a restaurant. Apparently, they're going through some kind of bureaucratic red tape stuff to get going again. All right, and apparently, Jim Trent is potential investors for a show and just need help. I don't know. So,
well, if we can get
contact Mad Raven. Just contact Matt Raven if you want to discuss with him.
In this area, please put a comment below, and we'll talk about it next time as an actual thing we can probably pull off doing. But until then, please share this video with other people and tell them to comment if they're interested in doing something in Austin.
Definitely. And yes, we are way past it. Well, we're just over an hour. You guys got lucky. You didn't have to talk about your steampunk bringing for the week.
We did our job this time.
You didn't do your homework, or if you did your homework, you can hold it on for next time. I did my homework. I showed you the hell on the border, and I was prepared for a second one if needed, but I'll do that for next time. If you guys have any questions, you have anything you want to tell us, you can contact us on Facebook for the most part at Texas Steampunk Connection, or through Steam Chest as well, who is Jack's business. If you like steampunk and if you want to talk to us, or if you just want to talk to him, if you have any questions, comments, ideas, just contact us, talk to us. The more you talk to us, the better it will be. We also have a email, which is texassteampunkconnection@gmail.com. If you have something longer you want to talk about that doesn't fit in easier to talk to us through that, please do. Thank you, Rita. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Kimberly, Mick, anybody else who's been watching this live. The more interaction.
If you guys have questions, we want steampunk questions. Throw them at us. Hard ones, please. We'll do the research. It'll be fun. We'll have a lot of fun.
I am not a steampunk expert, but I'm trying to learn as much as I can. So the more questions you ask, the more research I do, the better I get. There you go.
And if we don't know the answer, we know people who know they know the answer, whether they know it or not.
Right, exactly. Rita wants to see the projects everyone is making. I'm not making any particular steampunk projects. I am working on my staircase. I'm getting rid of the carpet. I'm getting rid of the glue. I'm refurnishing all that. That's the only project I'm doing right now.
This right here, this currently is my project.
You're drinking a beer. I finished mine today. Actually, this was my second one today. I started early today. This is my second one I finished.
Second beer. Nice.
Yeah, I drank 2 today. I might even drink another one after we get off.
Well, speaking of projects, I do want to start another one. Oddly enough, because of Steam, I am running Steam Chest. Our T-shirt guys right now are so busy because they've cut so many people that I'm actually having to make them in-house. So speaking of actually making something, this month is going to be our homemade T-shirt prints. So we're doing very limited numbers. They're going to be fun. I will show pictures of them as soon as I have them. I'm literally cutting stencils and coming up with wonderful images and whatnot, working with our previous artists that have done pictures for us to come up with something that I can easily stencil on such short notice. So
yes, I would definitely want to see one. I may even want one.
Handmade T-shirts by yours truly from Steampunk, or from Steam Chest and the Steampunk world.
I do like steampunk shirts. I'm wearing this particular steampunk shirt. I didn't get it from you guys, but I found it online. I'm a cat person, obviously. Yes, it's a cat. Of course, I bought this shirt because it's a cat and a steampunk. That's me right there.
So, Rita, if you're making some hairdo, please send me pictures, especially if you're making a lot of them, because I might be interested if they're really cool hairdo dads. So, hit me up.
Kimberly Tucker.
Kim.
She's got a website, Von Blackstone Designs. She does wire wrap jewelry and other jewelry.
She does really good work.
I have a couple of her pieces myself. She's really talented. Definitely worth looking into.
Cool. I have her site up now. I'll be looking too. So
yes, definitely look her up. I had a magic wand that I made, and I had all the elements except metal, and she wrapped it in metal, and it looks really cool. I like it. It was a good job.
All right, everybody, we need an outro image, so everyone give me a big smile and a hands up or something.
Okay, what are we doing? Taking a picture?
All right,
are we done?
So now we got that. I can cut that, and that's
Okay.
going to be our thumbnail for next image, next video.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you for our live. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just like every video I'm posting up on the YouTube channel for Steam Chest. I'm meticulously watching our show, looking for the funny frames of our faces, and so I always need a good one. So now if I can pre-plan it, I don't have to do so much work.
Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you for everybody who's watching us live. For anybody who listens to us later on our podcast, Texas Steampunk Connection, you can find us on all the podcast outlets. See, we're also on YouTube on Texas Steampunk Connection, as well as Jack's Steampunk or Steam Chest. So you can find us on 2 places on YouTube. So if you listen to us later, please comment, talk to us as well. And so thank you very much. And this is until then, mind your gauges. Goodbye.
Bye.